5-Star Live. East Tennessee's #1 post-game high school football show. Live on location from the biggest game of the week. Live interviews from the winning coaches and players, along with highlights from other big games from around Tennessee. Your host, Jesse Smithy, with decades of experience covering high school sports, and his 5-star preps team will update you on games as they become final, and will break down region outlooks and what's to come for your favorite football teams and top players. Now, get ready for the most comprehensive high school football coverage in Tennessee on 5-Star Live.
Welcome in, everybody, to 5-Star Live right here on set at Rockwood High School, where the Tigers just finished off 43-2 win over Harriman. They have now won 4 consecutive games in this series, the oldest rivalry in the state. Kevin Smith joins me up on the set. Oldest rivalry in the states. Give me your quick thoughts on it.
Man, it was fun to see both communities out here. We saw the players just out here just a minute ago talking to each other. They all know one another, so you know this was going to be a very tight game and physical, and a lot of yapping and some personal fouls tonight. We saw quite a bit of that.
Yeah.
But I tell you, it was the big play of Rockwood's offense, either setting them up for a score or going to the house for a touchdown, and the turnovers from Harriman is really the story of this game.
Hey, before we get going, look down there on the bottom part of your screen, John H. Coleman. We're starting to get closer and closer to October, and that means one thing: you're going to start turning your heater on. It's going to start getting a little bit colder at night. If you have an issue with your heating or electrical unit, give John H. Coleman a call. It's a company I've known for a very long time, one that I've trusted way before that they were a sponsor. So give them a shout if you have any kind of problems once you turn on your heating unit this fall.
And I just signed up for the Comfort Care program literally today.
Nice.
So they're going to be out in a couple of weeks.
So shout out to John H. Coleman for being the presenting sponsor of 5-Star Live all season long, and for supporting high school athletics. As I mentioned, Rockwood wins tonight 43-2. They've absolutely dominated this series over the last 20 years. Looking all the way back to the year 2000, Harriman's only won in this game twice, and so Rockwood comes out and wins its 4th consecutive game against Harriman. Let's go ahead and roll the highlights, and Kevin and I will start to break it down. Rockwood did not get off to a really positive start tonight. You see the emotion kind of coming in there, the focus for Rockwood, but early on it didn't start that way.
No, 3 and out on offense. A bad snap over the head of the punter turned into a safety for Harriman, and Harriman 3 times inside the red zone, and you'll see here with 0 points. 2 interceptions and a turnover on downs inside the red zone would have made this a much closer game in the first half.
They try to go to the 6'6" freshman there, Jordan McCollum. We did a story on him during basketball season, one of the next big things to watch. He came out for football this year, kind of your jump ball type of receiver early on in his career, but Rockwood comes up with the interception. But the mistake there that you talk about, a snap over the punter, I think I was told that Rockwood's had some safety issues over the last couple of games that continue tonight, but we talked about it at halftime. This play right here, it wasn't an interception. It was ruled incomplete, but when Rockwood stopped them on downs, it flipped the momentum. Octavius Worthy gets a 54-yard run here. We'll be joined by Octavius on set in just a minute, and from there, it was just all Rockwood all night.
Yeah, 4th and 2 inside the red zone. Love the call by Harriman to be aggressive there, but that dropped interception right there, or turnover on downs, turned into a big play with the running game of Rockwood on a nice little trap there, and then you saw Rockwood kind of take over from there. Again, Rockwood's defense, they bend it a little bit in between the 20s, but they got the stops inside the red zone when they needed them.
Yeah, that run by Hannibal was just sick. I mean, reverse field, and took him about 20 seconds to get 10 yards, but they got it to the 4-yard line. Octavius Worthy powers it in from here, and that's what Rockwood does. They run the football well.
Yeah, they run this wing tee offense, and they've run it for a long time, and they do it really, really well. I was really impressed tonight with their passing game. They got outside and really ran multiple waggles. They got receivers involved in the football game, and it showed with some big plays for them that really opened this football game up, especially on a 3rd and 15.
Yeah, Dakota Waldo takes it around right in here for a 4-yard touchdown. That's one of your favorite names, right?
Yeah, Dakota Waldo. We got Octavius Worthy joining us here in a minute. I was impressed with both those guys on both sides of the ball. You saw right here a little waggle play, 61-yard touchdown pass. on a 3rd and 15. Harriman was still in the football game right here. This was really kind of a backbreaker for them.
Yeah, that pass to Dylan Garrett went for 61 yards, and another interception for Rockwood here. Number 30, Gavin Evans, and another one here at the end of the half. It's kind of a desperation heave for Harriman, again, trying to go up to 6'6" freshman Jordan McCollum. Ends up with another interception in the hands of number 1, Jaden Hannibal. And when Rockwood has its defense working like that, when it's been able to throw the football like that, they're going to be hard to beat.
Well, and it opens up. So, I mean, you're getting trap, you're getting jet sweep, you're getting buck sweep, and it's just coming at you in waves, and all of a sudden you can get your waggle game going or a screen going, and you hit a big pass. It really changes the game. We talked about it at the halftime show. You're thinking on 3rd and 15, you're thinking a little run play just to get a little bit more field position to give your punter some help, or you're thinking a screen. Mm-hmm. They're not thinking waggle for a 61-yard pass over your DB's head. Very good call there by Coach Webb and his staff to go for the jugular there on 3rd and 15 and really open the game up.
So many. Probably oftentimes when people are scouting Rockwood, they're going to say, okay, well, we got to load the line. We got to stop this run first. When they see the highlights from this game and looking ahead to next week against Oneida, they got a lot to prepare for.
Absolutely, and you're going to load the box against this team, no doubt about it. But to see them able to connect in the passing game, I think that's good. It's a good news for Rockwood on multiple fronts. One, they put it on film. So now people have to honor the passing game, which will open up holes, especially in the inside run game. But it also is a good omen for them to win football games when they can get the passing game going with some big plays. Because a lot of times in the wing T offense, your receivers are running wide open because DBs are looking in the backfield. So this is big for Rockwood if they can keep this going.
Again, final score from Rockwood tonight, 43-2. We're going to be joined by Rockwood head coach John Webb and by Octavius Worthy here right in the next segment. Do want to get to our trivia question tonight. If you're watching at home on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube, you want to win some prizes, we're going to roll a trivia question here, and in just a moment, you'll get a chance to answer on social media. Make sure you hashtag your answer 5-Star Live. Here's tonight's trivia question and your chance to win a gift from us and from Gold Star Nutrition, I believe.
Gold Star Nutrition presents East Tennessee High School Trivia. If you know the answer to the question, tweet it and use the hashtag 5-Star Live, and you could win a free cryotherapy session and a $25 gift card from Gold Star Nutrition. Tonight's trivia question is, what former Knoxville football star holds the defensive state record for all-time interceptions? Know the answer? Tweet it and use the hashtag 5-Star Live, and we'll randomly select the winner from those with correct answers. Thanks for playing trivia with 5-Star Live and Gold Star Nutrition.
Located in Anderson County, just off of I-75 at exit 122, Rocky Top Realty stands ready to give our clients a real estate experience like no other. While we are located in Anderson County, we work in all of Knoxville and the surrounding areas. Our staff will get to know you and your real estate needs. We will work in tandem with you to achieve your forever home, build site, vacation home, or investment goal. Find us online at rockytophomeinfo.com or give us a call at 865-498-0183.
When you shop at Elliott's, your journey is our purpose.
North Knox Siding and Windows is a complete exterior home improvement company that can help you with all your exterior needs. Visit us today at 5618 North Broadway.
Since 1945, the John H. Coleman Company has been serving the East Tennessee area. We wouldn't have made it for 75 years without the experience and hard work of our quality employees. When it comes to heating and air conditioning, our goal is to make your experience stress-free, whether buying a new unit or servicing your current equipment. The way we do that is making sure you have the information you need to make the right decision. East Tennessee is our home, too. We've proudly served you for 75 years and look forward to serving you for many years to come. John H. Coleman Company, trusted since 1945.
Welcome back, everybody, to 5 Star Live here at Rockwood High School. The Tigers won 43-2 in the state's oldest rivalry game against Harriman High School. Now joined on the set by Octavius Worthy, one of the stars for tonight's game. If there was a star on Rockwood's team tonight, it seems like everybody got involved tonight. How cool was that to see not only yourself get in the end zone, but just everybody?
Well, usually we don't really care who scores anymore. At the beginning of the year, we were selfish, and Coach told us that we can't be selfish, so we just got it in. I mean, we're like a brotherhood now. We spend time with each other all the time, so that's really my cousins and my best friends, so we don't really care who scored. We just want to see everybody succeed.
We showed highlights in the first segment, and I wondered kind of what it was like as a player when they're early in the first quarter, nothing's really going your way. Yeah, you got the interception there, but you had the bad punt. It just seemed like Harriman was in the red zone a couple of times, and you guys couldn't get any momentum going.
Well, usually, there was a lot of trash talking at the beginning of the game, and Coach told us, we can't do that, we can't do that. So we just got our head in the game and just start playing after that.
Then we showed, and you'll see it here in just a second, but there was a near interception for Rockwood coming up here in a minute, and then the ensuing series, you guys take over on offense, and you busted a 54-yard run to get across midfield for the very first time. And I wonder, do you remember that play call and kind of what you saw on that play?
Oh, yeah. So the possession before, we was on defense, and I told my coach, Coach Anders, I was like, when I get the ball, I'm taking it. He was like, no, you won't, no, you won't. I was like, okay.
So here, it's coming up right after this play.
Yeah.
And there you go. I didn't get you busting through the line. I was lucky to get my camera going on at that time. But you guys get down there in scoring position, and you have another nice run right here. Look at you skipping over a guy, hopping over a guy. To kind of take me through, though, you guys kind of flipping the momentum on them. What was the key to that in your eyes in terms of getting the game back on Rockwood's side?
Well, I told Coach that I seen the middle was wide open. They only had really one linebacker that was hitting, so if we could just get there, we can get a touchdown.
We saw Jaden Hannibal run there. We see you get into the end zone here. We've seen Dakota Waldo get in the end zone tonight on some of these packages. And just how special can this run game be for Rockwood this season?
It's really good. I mean, we even have, backups. Number 20, Derek Houston came in when I was sore. Got him a touchdown. We have really good backups. We even have Dom, who's a really good corner, coming in. He's really speedy, and we're just a good backup team.
Were y'all able to run or to throw the football this well last year, or is this something that's kind of evolved?
Well, I mean, we were kind of, but it wasn't consistent as it is this year. Mm-hmm. There'll be drop passes when we really need them, but this year I feel like Coach said if we can throw the ball, we'll be unstoppable because we're a really good running team, but if you can throw the ball, you'll be excellent team. So that's what we practice on the most.
We ask this to a lot of the players and coaches who've come up here this year, and you look back to July, you look back to early August when we didn't know if we were going to get to play. And once we got the green light, was it difficult for you guys? Was there a lot of rust early on that you had to work through and fight through, given that you didn't get to have scrimmages?
Well, yeah, we have our quarterback came down here from Kentucky. I mean, that's family, so I know who he is, but most people don't know who he is. So when he came and took Nate Brackett's spot, I mean, it was really hard for him, but it started working out as soon as we got on the field. He's a really good player.
And his name's Dryson Turner. I mean, had he played any kind of wing tee football before?
To be honest, I do not know.
Okay.
I haven't seen his film.
So, I mean, either way, to come into a program and to start to kind of lead has got to be difficult, like you mentioned, especially when you don't have scrimmages. But let's look ahead for Rockwood, the game against Oneida. I know as a program you guys are very familiar with. They caught their first loss tonight, 7-0 against Upperman. So I know they're going to want to come in here next week and try to correct things. And just talk a little bit about that rivalry with Oneida and kind of what this game next week is going to be like.
Well, we feel like this part of the season is really going to be just really easy. Not really easy, but Oneida is the only team that we have that we're really
okay.
afraid of because they're really good, but everybody else we feel like we can beat and compete with. And not as like a team that we don't know if we can win or not, but we still want to go and.
But either way, you're going to learn a little bit about yourself as a football team, as players next week, and whether you win that game or not, it'll probably serve you guys well the rest of the year and going into the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I mean, last week we played against Megs. We lost. That was a big loss, but, I mean, we still stayed in there and fight. I mean, they're a really good team. They know what to do. So as long as we fight, we know what we're doing. We came out this week. We were really mad. We lost by 40 or 50, so we had to put points on the board this week.
Well, you did that 43-2. Octavius, I'll give you a fist bump. I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, and we're going to pass the mic over to head coach John Webb, Victoria's head coach at Rockwood High School tonight. You ready, Coach? John Webb joins us on set now, head football coach at Rockwood. And, John, remind me before we get started just how long you've been out here running this program.
25 years.
25 years.
25 for me.
Wow. And I've known you probably for the last 15 or so, and I've always respected what you guys do out here. And you've been a part of so many of these rivalry games, the state's oldest rivalry. What makes this rivalry game with Harriman special?
Well, it's, they're 7 miles from us, it's right up the road there on 27. And, we've played it for so long, 1921 by our count, was the first time we played. Been playing it consecutively since 1924.
Wow.
So, it's the longest consecutive running rivalry in the state of Tennessee. And, it's just one of those things that, it just happens once a year. And, we've played so many years when they were in the district with us. And obviously they're not in the district now. But, it's just a big rival for both teams.
You could tell the emotion was there early. You could tell it was there throughout the game. There's some moments where it kind of got chippy. Do you have to warn your players to kind of stay away from certain situations?
Oh, yeah. I warned them all week long. We don't play like that. We try to play with class. And, sometimes we let it get the best of us sometimes. And I think it did a time or two tonight. But overall, I think our kids handled it pretty well. The talking. And I just told them there at halftime, I said, guys, just, finish this thing up and, meet them up here at the Harriman McDonald's and share a cheeseburger, whatever you're going to do. But, just get over it. And, it'll be over with. You guys are going to be friends after the game, so that's okay. But right now we just got to finish this thing up.
What concerned you early in the game? Because it seemed like Harriman was controlling the tempo of the game. They had the ball in the red zone a couple of times. You guys had a bad snap on a punt that gave them a safety. And it just seemed like that ball was on their end of the field in scoring range pretty often there in the first quarter.
Yeah, it sure was, but that's one thing we knew that they was going to be able to do it. Anytime we play a team that throws it as much as they do, and, we knew we couldn't get a whole lot of pressure on the quarterback because he's not going to stand back there. He's going to get rid of the football, and, that was our goal tonight is to get them back in the huddle and create some turnovers, and we felt like, as many times as they were going to throw it, I was just telling Kevin they probably ran it more tonight than what they have been running. So that was a little bit of a surprise, but they did a good job. I told Coach Tapp at the end of the game, they got a good young football team, and if they stay together and continue to work, they're going to be fine.
We did a story on 5 Star Preps about Jordan McCollum, the 6'6" kid at Harriman when he was in middle school, and just how much of a kind of a prodigy, young kind of talent that he is on the basketball court. He comes out for football this year. I was over on the sideline tonight, and when he entered the game, I could hear you guys warning your players, watch out for the jump ball. They're going to use him down there near the goal line, and your guys did that really well tonight.
Well, we did, and we got some decent athletes. Now, they're not 6'6", by no means, but they move pretty well. And we knew it. We seen it on film, that they're going to throw the ball down there to him, around the goal line. And, we just got to make sure that we go up with him and be physical with him and, not let him just go up over us and, make plays. And, he made a few plays tonight, but that's expected. But overall, I thought we did a great job with it.
From a coaching standpoint, grade your run game in week 6 now as opposed to where it was earlier in the season and just kind of where you guys are as an offense in your eyes.
Well, it's really hard to say tonight, especially. I felt like that we could run the football, and we did at times. But, you've seen it. We missed some blocks there that really hurt us. But the main thing that stopped us tonight was our penalties. We've been struck with penalties all year long that we've got to find a way, somehow. If we're going to get to where we want to go, we're going to have to cut down on the penalties, that's for sure.
But the passing game with Dryson Turner was a nice surprise tonight. I mean, you're not just throwing intermediate passes to try to keep a defense honest. You're able to really attack vertically down the field.
Well, and that's one thing about this offense. Everybody knows we're going to run the football, and they're going to crowd the line of scrimmage. And, again, we do have, a few pretty decent little athletes that can get behind people. And, again, when you crowd the line of scrimmage and run the play action stuff like we do, a lot of times people get locked in on something. And, they did tonight, and we was able to get the ball down the field.
Octavius's run game early there in the first quarter when he was able to kind of reverse field and get it down there. And maybe a lot of attention's been thrown towards Hannibal this year for what he did for that TV game. But Octavius is a guy that I've seen his name for years now and somebody you can rely on.
Well, that's, again, I think we've got a 3-4-headed monster here. I really do. We've got guys that can, spread it out. From the first day of practice, I took one football to practice with me. And I told them, I said, I got a bag of 12. I always carry 12 balls. But that one particular day, I took one, and I told them, guys, we got to be able to share this thing, And we're getting to that point. Now, we were in the season. I don't think we did. Everybody's wanting to get their touches and do this and do that, played a little selfish. And, we talked about it and we understand it. And, we just keep pounding on people, and it opens up some things. And, just like tonight, Octavius did a really good job. Dryston did a good job in the passing game. Dakota Waldo, ended up hitting a couple of big long runs that really, helped his stats a whole lot. And, Jaden Hannibal, it's this bunch over here, Jaden played for him when he was a freshman. So they're not going to let Jaden do too much around that.
Hey, last thing with you, you got Oneida coming in next week, a key region game. They lost tonight against Upperman, so they're going to be coming in a little bit wanting to correct things on the field. And just what are you going to see out of this Oneida team that maybe y'all have had a peek or two on film about?
Well, playing them as long as I have and coaching against Tony Lambert, I tell you right now, they're going to be a well-coached football team. They always have. I know you know that. You've seen them play. They're very disciplined. They're big, strong kids that, love to play football. So it's we've had a great rivalry with them over the years. I don't know what the record is between me and Tony, but, I've won a few and he's won a few, and it's a lot of fun. Again, I'm so fortunate, being around as long as I have been, to get to know some people. And, Tony Lambert's a great person and a good friend of mine, and I just hope we'll come out and try to build off this win tonight and just try to get a little better.
Well, Coach, congratulations on that 43-2 win over Harriman tonight. I believe you guys have won 59 times in this 101 years, but y'all have played 101 times, and you've won 59 of those games, and 6 ties in there, I believe, as well, and just have absolutely dominated the last couple of decades. So congratulations. Thanks again for letting us come out and showcase the rivalry.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. That's John Webb, head football coach at Rockwood High School. Hey, we're going to catch a break. When we come back, we're going to start to look around at some scores around the area, some highlights. So stick with us right here on 5 Star Live.
Cooper Container, your corrugated packaging specialist for the East Tennessee area. Proud sponsor of high school sports in the 5 Star Preps coverage area.
Great ones make the plays. The dedicated ones never quit. Weekend warrior or professional, all athletes get hurt. And when you do, Tennessee Orthopedic Clinic's comprehensive sports medicine team is ready to take you on. The power of results.
It's great. I mean, I love worshiping and learning about God and learning better ways to be a man of God.
There's no way that you can come here and your relationship with Jesus not get stronger. It's just so powerful. The Holy Spirit is just so powerful at this camp.
I just feel like this is a lot more than just like people coming together and having fun. Like, it just helps people grow towards Christ.
everybody to 5 Star Live, presented by John H. Coleman. Kevin Smith joins me back on the set. We're going to take a look around the area tonight. Not a ton of marquee games in the area, but one of the big ones was Morristown East versus Morristown West up there at Burt Toney Stadium, and Morristown East had a ferocious comeback tonight on the road, and we're going to try to effort to get Caleb Slover, the head football coach at Morristown East, on the line with us tonight, because they broke some school passing records and everything in that 35-28 win over Morristown West. Looking around the area, Anderson County gets an easy win, 48-7 over Jefferson County. We're going to have coverage on 5 Star Preps later on tonight about the quarterback situation going on at Anderson County as they've inserted sophomore Walker Martinez, senior Stone Hatmaker still in the mix as well. And so right now could be a 2 QB system. We talked at halftime about that, about the positives and the negatives of that when you're facing an opponent.
Yeah, I think as a coaching staff, you have to be really careful of tipping your hat to the defense when you bring in different quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. So, sometimes as a defense coordinator, you like to see that because well, this quarterback's coming in to run the ball. It's going to be quarterback run game, or they've got some kind of run package, or the other quarterback's coming in, they're going to throw the ball. So it makes it easier as a defense coordinator sometimes to call defenses against that. So we'll see how Anderson County handles this. But what I'm really enjoying right now is in the Knoxville area, we've got some young players at the skill position on offense, offensively especially, and at the quarterback position, that it's going to be exciting for years to come in the Knoxville area. If you get a chance, get out and watch these teams and these kids play ball.
So much so that even last year when these kids were freshmen, they were contributing, especially up at Powell, and we did an all 5 Star Preps underclassmen team, just because nowadays in football, freshmen and sophomores are playing more frequently, and they're much more prepared physically to come in and play now.
Yeah, and now more than ever, coaches are depending on underclassmen and in some cases freshmen to win football games. You never used to hear about that. It used to be juniors and seniors that would lead your football team, but it is really fun to watch. And as fans of the game, to have an opportunity to see these kids for multiple years, you get to know them more, and you get to go out and watch them, and they're exciting to watch. So I really encourage everybody to get out and watch a bunch of these young players.
One of the games that was interesting, at least on paper, and it ended up being an interesting game final score-wise, South Doyle wins 27-11 over Carter. This was a matchup of 2 state-ranked teams in Class 5A. Carter really one of the area surprise teams. They're 4-2 now, but really easily could be 5-1. They had that loss to Ray County early in the season in overtime, and just what Justin Presley, the head football coach at Carter, has done in year 1, again, with no spring practice, with no scrimmages, with no 7-on-7, to have this football team at 4-2 and competing with South Doyle, pretty remarkable. South Doyle, we got to see on 5 Star Live a week ago. Sean Gary, the junior running back who's kind of emerged lately as being one of the area's top players, he rushed for 127 yards and a touchdown tonight, but he had to earn it a little bit more this week. He did it on 23 carries.
We were really interested in this football game to see could South Doyle secondary hang with the Carter passing game, and could Carter tackle Mr. Gary? And I think that's what we saw tonight. I think this is good for both teams. I think Carter saw that they could hang in there with a very athletic group in South Doyle. I mean, South Doyle's defensive line is going to wreak havoc, especially on a team that passes as much as they do. So I think Carter can come away with some good things here to build on for the rest of the season. But I think it also shows us that Rashawn Gary can not only make the big play, but he can churn out tough yards and give South Doyle that running game they need to push through in the playoffs when the weather gets tough. Because there's one thing that travels everywhere, Jesse, on the road or in weather, and it's a running game. Yeah. And with Rashard Gary getting the tough yards tonight, I think South Doyle is showing a little bit here for their push.
And I asked you last week, going forward, how would teams defend South Doyle, or how would you defend South Doyle? And they're going to try to make Nick Martin, the quarterback, beat them, and he didn't throw for 300 yards tonight, but he still made plays. I'm just judging off the box score and the scoring summary, but it still seemed like he made the plays to complement the running game of Sean Gary and get that win. So South Doyle looked bad 3 weeks ago, now won 3 straight, and they improved to 5-1 on the season. For the second week in a row, Maryville has found themselves in a really tough spot in the first half. You remember last week, only led at Bearden 7-0. They come back and win 28-0. Parker McGill ended up rushing for 180 some odd yards. Same thing pretty much happened again tonight. They were only up on Farragut 7-3 late in the first half. Were able to tack on a late score to lead 14-3 at halftime against Farragut. They go on to roll tonight 27-3. And guess who shows up again? Parker McGill, 161 yards, 3 touchdowns on 12 carries. I feel like I'm pretty good at math. That's a good yard per carry average.
He is the epitome of a football player. The guy comes out each and every week and produces for this football team. It's a coach's dream to know I got a guy I can depend on, that I can turn around and hand that football off to, or I can throw it to him in the pass game. The last couple of weeks I've seen them try to get him out more in open space and get him the ball through the air. I love watching this kid play. Another guy, you got to go see this young man play. He's a great high school football player. And if you're Maryville, it was good to see tonight that they were able to handle the Farragut passing game. There has been some question marks in the secondary there. They've got a lot of young players playing defensively. They've been a bend, don't break defense. They showed really well last week in the red zone. Bearden had the ball inside the 20 multiple times, and Maryville was able to get stops. Again, if this defense can continue on the run they are, again, they got a dependable guy in Parker McGill. This is a dangerous football team that's going to get younger players better and more seasoned as the year goes on. This is a team, I know it sounds weird to say watch out for Maryville, but when you lose as many seniors as they did, this was kind of a rebuild or reboot type year. You're going to have to be real careful with this team because they got a solid running game and they've got a defense that's showing that they can make plays in the red zone.
And for Farragut, look, I heard and I saw on social media that a lot of calls went against them tonight, and that's going to happen when you're on the road. And so they're going to have to learn from that and learn quickly. They got Dobbins-Bennett coming up. They got Science Hill coming up. It's a tough 3-game gauntlet for Farragut. Eddie Courtney was at the game tonight, I was told. I think I saw a picture on social media. I wasn't on the sidelines, but he can't stay away from that game, and I know he doesn't want to, and he wants to be there for his players. So hopefully we wish Eddie all the best in his recovery from his surgery, and he'll get back on the field soon. Staying out in Blount County, Alcoa gave up a touchdown tonight. I mean, I don't know what defensive coordinator Brian Nix is going to do. He might make them run 5 miles in practice on Monday for giving up a touchdown.
Oh, I may have to text him later and see how he's doing.
63-7 win, but they have to be furious that they gave up a touchdown.
Well, I hope his family will let him in the house tonight for giving that up. So we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, this is, we're kind of laughing about it, but honestly, if you go watch this team live, you can see them sometimes on TV or online. But when you're out there on the field and you're next to this group, this is one of the most impressive-looking groups I have seen in a while, especially at the 3A level. This is a physical-looking bunch. They are as good as advertised. So it is a little weird to say that they gave a touchdown, but this is a fantastic football team that it's going to be hard to beat them in 3A.
I promise you I was listening to you, but I'm going to go ahead and admit I was in there texting with somebody. We did get Caleb Slover, the head football coach at Morristown East. We had a cancellation for our Waffle House hotline, so we scrambled. See what I did there?
Yeah,
I didn't
absolutely.
mean to do that. I'm not that smart to be able to do that. So Caleb Slover, the head football coach at Morristown East, is going to join us in a minute. Last game we get to before we take a break and get Caleb on the show. Let's go ahead and roll our highlight package from tonight. One of the games that we'll be featuring on 5starpreps.com is Bearden's matchup with McMinn County. McMinn County was 9-1 a year ago, had all kinds of good mojo going into the 6A playoffs. Bearden goes down to McMinn County and upsets them. McMinn County came up to Knoxville tonight, wanting to set things right.
Yeah, we talked about it at halftime. I think they had this one marked on their schedule.
No doubt.
And from these clips, this defense really came out. You saw some hard hits from this McMinn County team against Bearden. This is a very good football team, and like we've talked about, they're putting up points in bunches, and they're playing good defense. And this is a team that's going to have to be reckoned with as we progress throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, early in the highlight package, you saw 99 Cade Hips is going to be a Division I player, and that guy right there, Jalen Hunt, is going to be in the mix for Mr. Football. Ran for about 1,700 yards a year ago. He's committed to Western Carolina. He's a big-time playmaker and somebody that they can rely on. But as you see, number 10 gets in there. You saw quarterback sneaks in there. It's a much more complete McMinn County team this year.
Yeah, and listen, I know we all want bigger guys and big offensive line, but speed kills, Jesse. At the end of the day, speed kills. McMinn County has some speed. They've got some physicality up front. When you combine the two, you've got a very dangerous football team. And again, they look like they were really coming out here being physical at the on the offensive line against Bearden tonight, and then defensively, they were absolutely laying the wood on Bearden tonight.
Yeah, so McMinn County wins that football game 42-0, and definitely going to be interesting to see as they progress and as Maryville progresses. They're going to be probably a matchup of undefeated teams, much like it was a year ago. Maryville was McMinn County's only loss in the regular season last year. We'll see how much they can kind of close the gap on that. All right,
I think it's going to be a really good football game. Like I'm really excited about that one because I think this McMinn team has an opportunity this year. This could be their year to really push themselves over the edge.
So I'm just going to go ahead and put you down for a win over Merrill.
I didn't say that yet. We're not there yet.
Okay.
But when we get to game week, we'll talk about it.
All right, that's Kevin Smith. I'm Jesse Smith. We're going to catch a quick break here on 5 Star Live presented by John H. Coleman. When we come back, we're going straight to our Waffle House hotline, joined by Morristown East coach Caleb Slover.
Located in Anderson County, just off of I-75 at exit 122, Rocky Top Realty stands ready to give our clients a real estate experience like no other. While we are located in Anderson County, we work in all of Knoxville and the surrounding areas. Our staff will get to know you and your real estate needs. We will work in tandem with you to achieve your forever home, build site, vacation home, or investment goal. Find us online at rockytophomeinfo.com or give us a call at 865-498-0183.
When you shop at Elliott's, your journey is our purpose.
North Knox Siding and Windows is a complete exterior home improvement company that can help you with all your exterior needs. Visit us today at 5618 North Broadway.
Since 1945, the John H. Coleman Company has been serving the East Tennessee area. We wouldn't have made it for 75 years without the experience and hard work of our quality employees. When it comes to heating and air conditioning, our goal is to make your experience stress-free, whether buying a new unit or servicing your current equipment. The way we do that is making sure you have the information you need to make the right decision. East Tennessee is our home, too. We've proudly served you for 75 years and look forward to serving you for many years to come. John H. Coleman Company, trusted since 1945.
Welcome back to 5 Star Live here at Rockwood High School, where they won 43-2 over Harriman in the state's oldest rivalry game. And I want to remind you guys to answer the trivia question that we put out earlier in the show. That trivia question was, which Knoxville area player leads the TSSAA in all-time interceptions as a defensive player? He's from Knoxville. He went on to play at Penn State, and one of the great players from East Tennessee and from Knoxville. So he holds the state record. Make sure you hashtag your answer 5 Star Live on social media, and we'll try to weed through all the answers and find a winner tonight. So we go to our Waffle House hotline, and we are joined by Caleb Slover, the head football coach at Morristown East. Victorious tonight over Morristown West in the city championship. Caleb, thanks so much for joining us on tonight. I'm sure it was an emotional night for you guys. Take me through the win. I know it was tied late in the game, 28-all. What was the difference maker tonight for you guys?
I think tonight it was just our quarterback. I mean, Cole played lights out. I think he threw for about 480 yards or something like that, 5 touchdowns. So broke a couple school records. Offensive line did a great job. I mean, I don't think he got touched hardly all night. And, our defense got in trouble a couple times, but they just bowed their back. So, I mean, anything, and, just has to be perseverance. And we just kept fighting and digging and found a way to win.
I look back, and I think West might have had, a 14-7 lead early on in this game. And how are you guys able to flip that momentum and kind of get something going on offense?
Yeah, they were up 14-7. We drove and had a guy wide open. We did a little halfback pass, and it got intercepted, and they went down and scored. And we drove all the way back down right before halftime and actually turned the football over again inside the 10-yard line. So, we punted one time tonight, and come out in the second half, and we got the ball and went straight down and scored, and they'd go score and we'd go score, and it was, a real tight ball game there for a while, and we scored to go up 35-28 with about a minute and a half left, and knocked the ball loose on the kickoff, and we recovered it and got a first down and was able to run the clock out. You're
an offensive guy and an offensive mind. And are you handling the play calls for East?
Yeah, I do some. Levi Cooper's our offensive coordinator, and he's got a big hand in it, and he does a lot. And I'm fortunate enough to have him up in the box that really understands what we're doing and the coverage, and sends down really great ideas. So he's got a big hand in it as well.
But the reason I ask is when you have the offense rolling like that, and you feel the momentum on your side, and Cole Henson's playing lights out, and we'll get to Micah Simpson in just a second. But just wondering, was there something you guys were seeing defensively out of Morristown West that you just knew instantly you could take advantage of?
I mean, really, we just felt like we were better than them on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
They played off, and we took the short passing game early in the whole first half of the ball game. Really, we kept dinking and dunking and just working the ball down the field and taking what they gave us. And in the second half, I'm sure they felt like they needed to tighten up, so they tightened up a little bit and tried to play us some man, and we ended up doing a really good job of getting open.
I'm familiar with Micah Simpson on the basketball court as an athlete. Did he just come out for football this year?
Yeah, he just came out this year. Talked to him in the spring, and he said he was going to play, and we really didn't think he was going to because of all the recruiting that's going on basketball-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And but he did. He came every day in the summer, and he's worked his butt off. And when he kind of fully understands what we're doing, he's going to be really dangerous.
Well, you had 4 touchdowns tonight and a huge night receiving. At that point, or is he just doing it off of athleticism, and just a kind of a small football IQ at this point?
His football IQ is really high. The understanding of what we do offensively is taking him a little bit of time, but he's so athletic. I mean, you've seen him, about him on the basketball court and how fluid he is, and he translates it straight over to us.
He has really long arms too.
Yeah, I mean,
freakishly long arms.
And he just goes, and he used them a couple times tonight. I mean, Cole put the ball way out in front of him, and he went and tracked it down and outran everybody and made some huge plays for us. I think he broke a school record tonight, too, with 4 receiving touchdowns.
Wow. You come into Morristown East, and you come over from Cott County, and you start to learn about this rivalry game with Morristown West. What was the first thing I'm sure you already knew about it to begin with because you're kind of in that general vicinity, but what was the first thing you started to learn about that rivalry with Morristown West?
I think it just means so much. There's so many people that played at West or played at East that, they're good friends, but they still, that rivalry still brews in them. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal to the community and to the town. And, when the game got canceled earlier in the year and we wasn't sure if we were going to be able to play it, that was one of the things that kept popping up every week. We both got the same off week. We need to try to get this worked out. We not try to get it done. So it's a big deal. And I mean, it was, we only sold, I think, 1,500 tickets tonight, and we sold all 1,500 tickets, I would say, probably in the first day.
Wow. Y'all break a 6-game losing streak to Morristown West. I saw video of the pandemonium, if you want to call it. I'm going to steal that from John Ward a little bit, but just what was the scene like after the game for you, your staff, your players, your community?
I mean, it was just, I think it was a relief for our kids. I think it was a relief for our school, our community. When we got the turnover, we got the fumble, and, we still had to get a first down to be able to run the clock out. And we just kind of ran it at them, made them use their timeouts. And then again, Cole comes through. We show play action, and he sticks the ball in there, and everybody collapses, and he pulls it and goes, picks up, 15 yards or so and gets the first down and runs the clock out. And as soon as that moment hit, I mean, you could just feel everybody in the stands was like, oh, it's, we've done it. We broke it, and we've done that. So just pure excitement all the way through. Our fans have just left, and they're just now turning the lights out. So it's great for our community. It's great for our school. Our kids to have that, that momentum going into classes and doing the right things in the classroom. It just all rolls over for them.
we look at your career there as a coach and your time early in Morristown East. You're still early there, and I wonder, does winning this game make you feel like, okay, we can build now, we can start to move forward, and we have a little bit of breathing room to move and grow?
Yeah, I think when I took the job, I think that was one of the biggest things that we had talked about is, the program wasn't in shambles or anything like that. And the kids just had a tough year the year before. And, a lot of things went against them, and the morale was down, and the mentality was, kind of fading away. And, I think that was one of the things that's one of the things that I do pretty well. And I think I get our kids motivated, and they know that I care about them. I love each and every one of them. And when they see you fight for them, I think they do that in return. And our kids are starting to see it. Our parents see it. Our community sees it. So we just got to keep growing from here. We've got some big games left.
Well, Caleb, man, I'm happy for you. Congratulations on the win tonight. Thanks so much for joining us on the Waffle House Hotline. Hey, I don't have a winner yet for my trivia question. I don't know if you heard it. Do you know the answer to our trivia question? Do you need me to repeat it?
I have no idea.
So it's a Knoxville player from the mid-'80s who leads CSSAA all-time in interceptions. Went on to play at Penn State.
The only person I can think of it with the Penn State was Leroy Thompson.
Hey, there you go. There we go. We got a winner. We're going to get Caleb some goodies from Gold Star Nutrition and hook him up. So shout out to Caleb again for the win. Oh, you're just winning all over the place tonight, man.
Yeah, we're trying to.
All right. Well, thanks so much.
Play the lottery.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much again for joining us, and best of luck to you guys the rest of the season.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, that's Caleb Slover, head football coach at Morristown East. They win the city championship tonight, 35-28 over Morristown West. A nice comeback win. That does it for us tonight on 5 Star Live, presented by John H. Coleman. Next week, looking like maybe a Webb versus Grace Christian game that we attend and shoot 5 Star Live from. So keep an eye out for that. If you haven't checked out our game film episode on Oneida, I don't know where you've been or what rock you've been hiding underneath, but hop onto YouTube and check that out. Been one of the better things that we've done as a brand so far in our 2.5 years. So for Kevin Smith, I'm Jesse Smithy. Thank you guys at Rockwood High School for hosting us tonight in the oldest rivalry of the state. We'll see you in Week 7.
5 Star Live Coaches and Players Hotline is brought to you by Knoxville area Waffle Houses. When you're hungry after the big game, get them smothered and covered 5-star prep style.
Located in Anderson County, just off of I-75 at exit 122, Rocky Top Realty stands ready to give our clients a real estate experience like no other. While we are located in Anderson County, we work in all of Knoxville and the surrounding areas. Our staff will get to know you and your real estate needs. We will work in tandem with you to achieve your forever home, build site, vacation home, or investment goal. Find us online at rockytophomeinfo.com or give us a call at 865-498-0813.
When you shop at Elliott's, your journey is our purpose.
North Knox Siding and Windows is a complete exterior home improvement company that can help you with all your exterior needs. Visit us today at 5618 North Broadway.
Since 1945, the John H. Coleman Company has been serving the East Tennessee area. We wouldn't have made it for 75 years without the experience and hard work of our quality employees. When it comes to heating and air conditioning, our goal is to make your experience stress-free, whether buying a new unit or servicing your current equipment. The way we do that is making sure you have the information you need to make the right decision. East Tennessee is our home, too. We've proudly served you for 75 years and look forward to serving you for many years to come. John H. Coleman Company, trusted since 1945.
The great ones make the plays. The dedicated ones never quit. Weekend warrior or professional, all athletes get hurt. And when you do, Tennessee Orthopedic Clinic's comprehensive sports medicine team is ready to take you on. The power of results.